I might just have the best hack for people looking for their first property to buy. It might be a little unusual, but have you considered going to a foreclosure auction and buying a condo? And that's actually what we're doing here today. I've stopped by this place here. This is a condo that's up for auction. It's right behind me here. And today, somebody's gonna become the new owner of it. Maybe it should be you. Imagine this, buying a house at an amazing discount, right? And starting off with it being a condo. It's like a house with training wheels. You have a condo association that's going to take care of the lawn and take care of the roof and a lot of other stuff around the area, but you own the property. Why would this be an amazing thing? Well, you could buy this thing at a fraction of its value. So if you're looking for your first property, maybe you're renting right now and you're thinking, hey, I want to stop paying rent. I effing hate my landlord. I want to move somewhere that I get to make my decisions about paint colors and whatever in my house. Buy yourself a condo at a fraction of its value by going to a foreclosure auction. But here's the next step. Live in a place, enjoy it. And when you're ready for a big boy house, right? You're ready for your big real estate purchase, the property you want to live in for a longer term, you don't sell the condo and move to that house. You keep the condo and rent it to somebody that's looking to move out of their home and into their first rental property as they're growing up. So this is not just your first house, but it's also going to be your first purchase for your upcoming real estate portfolio. So that's one of the things we're going to show you today. We're going to show you how the auction goes down. Hopefully we see maybe we'll buy this place or somebody buys it and gets an amazing deal on it and they put this deal to great use. And I want you guys to think about how you could use this property if you were the one that won it. So we're here today in beautiful, sunny, tropical even Massachusetts, and we're checking out a condo that's up for auction from a foreclosure sale. Now, the owner of this condo, I don't know what the story is, but usually with these situations, it's simply the owner didn't pay the bank for a number of years perhaps. The bank finally gave up on trying to get them to pay and decided the only way to recoup their losses on the money they lent out is to foreclose on the property, force a sale to happen, and see what the market would bear for this place. And that's what we're here to do. So we're walking around and checking this place out. It's a really nice little kind of condo development through here. And it's in a nice little town in western Massachusetts. The great thing about this is we've been able to chat with a couple of neighbors. I've been able to look around a little bit. I want to get a good idea of what this place would sell for if this condo is all renovated, all fixed up, and put on the market on MLS, where somebody that's looking with a realtor to go out and buy their first home to live in, it could purchase it. So we're gonna take a look around, we're gonna see what we see today, and we got here a little bit early, so there's nobody here yet for the auction. It makes me a little hopeful that there won't be a lot of competition showing up. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't seem to know that you can get phenomenal deals at these auctions. So when we do have people arrive at these, it's usually the same several people that are looking to buy a fixer-upper and take a little bit of risk to get themselves, hopefully, a little bit of a financial gain involved. More people need to read our book and subscribe to our channel so that we see some new faces coming to these things. But for now, let's take a look and see what we can see about this place before the auction starts. So we're here waiting for the auction to start, and I wanted to make sure you guys know a vital piece of your due diligence. Now, we talked about this on a lot of our videos, but figuring out what the property is worth when it's all fixed up is a crucial step. And if you are planning to go to an auction at the end of a week, you have all week to figure this stuff out. So before you even get there, this is a piece of due diligence you can easily do ahead of time. You want to figure out what the ARV of the property you're going to bid on should be. And you can do that by looking at comparable homes in the area that have recently sold. Now, comparable is an incredibly important thing. So you want to make sure if you're looking at a condo that's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath condo, you're comparing it to other condo sales, not single family homes on 2 acres of property that are also 2 bedrooms and 1.5 bath. You really want to compare like for like. And a lot of people make that mistake and accidentally overvalue the property they're going to bid on, which means when they start running their numbers, doing the rest of their due diligence, some of it can happen right at the auction day when you try to see the property and evaluate the property. You end up bidding at a much higher price point than really you should, because you used an ARV that was way out of whack, and you're going to have to pay quite the price, quite the learning lesson when it comes time to maybe sell the property. So one of the things I want to tell everybody when they come and watch these videos is, if you have time, do as much due diligence ahead of time as possible. So when the auction date happens, like we're at right now, you can focus on investigating the property as much as possible and maybe screwing with the other bidders by telling them the place is haunted or something. That's what you should be focused on auction day, having done all your homework as much as you could way in advance. So what are some of the other things you should be doing before the auction date kicks off so you have all the information you need to make a successful bid? Well, one of the big things is figuring out what kind of municipal fees might be owed on this condo. So you want to be calling City Hall, right? Asking about back taxes, perhaps water and sewer, any other municipal fees or fines, things along those lines that you'll end up having to pay at closing because the auction doesn't wipe those fees out. So I've seen people buy properties and then be floored by the fact there was $10,000 more that they needed to spend because City Hall always gets paid. Now with a condo, there's something very unique that a lot of people don't think about, right? So if you're out and researching auctions and hoping to buy a home somewhere and you're looking at these different properties, you're forgetting one thing that happens with condos that doesn't happen with regular properties: condo fees. So make sure you're figuring out what the condo fees are. You can do that by just tracking down and getting a hold of the folks at the condo association and seeing how hard they whack you every month in terms of condo fees. You'll want to factor that in because that's going to be an expense that you or eventually your buyer is going to need to face. All right, so auction is kicking off in literally 15 minutes and there's only 2 other buyers here. Not a lot of competition, and I love that. So what we're doing right now is we're heading over to register with the auctioneer. And to do that, to make sure they don't have a bunch of nobodies showing up or people screwing with the auction process, you have to provide a deposit. So today I'm bringing with me the required $5,000 deposit. And if I win the auction, they take that check from me and it goes towards my purchase price. If I don't win the auction, I get to go home with that check and maybe use it at the casino. I don't know.
Any questions before we begin? Is everyone ready? All right. Mortgagee, wish to open up the bidding.
Mortgagee opens at $176,400.
So I have $176,400. I'm looking for $177 is the lowest I can go today. Anyone want to go $177?
Quiet neighborhood.
Quiet, very quiet. I have $176,400 once.
What do I got to do to put you in this condo today?
Yeah.
$176,400 twice. Is everyone satisfied? I hope so, because this is going back to the bank for $176,400.
Nobody wanted to make this part of their life.
Thank you guys
story.
so much.
Womp, womp, womp. Looks like the bank took that one, right? $170-something thousand. An insane bid. We were never going to come close to something like that. And that's what I talk about when we say, make sure when you get your bid number, you stick to it. Don't get excited. Don't get emotional. Don't try to compete against other people, especially the bank. And you know what? I don't even care. You know why? Because I'm going to get in the truck right now. We're just going to go to another auction. There's always going to be something else out there. I don't need to have this property, and I don't need to have it at an overpriced amount. And that's something you got to make sure you figure out for yourself. So again, if you've been following, and I know a lot of people have subscribed and been watching our journey for a long time, stick around and don't give up. We're going to help you get your first amazing deal at a foreclosure sale.